Friend, today we'll discuss previous topic, that is freedom of speech and expression. In last lecture, I have discussed freedom of speech and expression, meaning of freedom of speech and expression, different aspect of freedom of speech and expression. Today we'll discuss remaining different aspect of freedom of speech and expression. Next aspect is right to information. With the right to information is a part of freedom of speech and expression or not? This question arises in Supreme Court case before the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court come to the conclusion freedom of right to information is an inherent right under Article 19 Clause 1A. Freedom of speech and expression include right to hold the opinion as well as to receive the information or impart information, to get information is included under the freedom of speech and expression. There is a, you will find that there is a acts on the right to information Act 2005. As per this act, there is a procedure how you can get information from the government authorities, which government authority, to whom you can apply, who can apply, when you will get the information. There is a procedure for getting the informations. If the information is relating to right to life, then information must be provided within 48 hours. Otherwise, you will find that there is a penalty. So there is a procedure is as per the Right to Information Act, but right to information, this right is a fundamental right under Article 19 Clause 1, and separate law is there how you can get the information. Separate law is there. So right to information, this right is also recognized under international law. Article 19 subclause 2 clause 2 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights also deals with the right to information, and the same meaning you will find under International Convention. The same view we have adopted, and the Indian Constitution also recognize right to information under Article 19 Clause 1 of the Constitution. Then we will move to the next topic, next slide, that is deals with the right against telephone tapping. Whether freedom of speech and expression include right against telephone tapping. What do you mean by freedom of speech and expression? Freedom of speech and expression means you can express your opinion through any of the mediums, by word of mouth, writing, printing, picture, or any of the modes. When one person is talking over the telephone, it means he is exercising his right to freedom of speech and expression. If government want to tap your telephone, whether government can tap telephone? The answer is no. Why? The government can tap your telephone only under Article 19 Clause 2. There are certain ground, only on that ground government can tap your phone, otherwise government has no power to tap the telephones. There are certain guidelines issued by the Supreme Court when government can tap. What precautions should government takes, we will discuss at the time of Article 21 of the Constitution. Now we will discuss next aspect, that is freedom of press. Freedom of press under the Constitution, whether it included or not. So what is the freedom of press? Why freedom of press is important? Why the media freedom is important? You know, there are three wings of the government: three: executive, judiciary, and legislature. and the fourth pillar of the government is media. Media is the fourth pillar, fourth state of the governments. So in any democracy, freedom of press is very important. The very important liberty of media is very important. So whether freedom of press is guaranteed under the Indian Constitution, whether freedom liberty of the media is guaranteed under the Indian Constitution, this is a very important question. If it is guaranteed, under which article it is guaranteed? If you read the article 19 clause 1a of the Constitution, the freedom of press is not used there. Then whether media is freedom of press is included or not, then question arises. There is a settled principle on this point. Supreme Court has settled view on this point. Freedom of speech and expression include the freedom of press. If you read the Constitution Assembly debate, at that time also, whether freedom of press should be included or not under the Constitution, there was a discussion, and the Constitution maker come to the conclusion there is no need to mention freedom of press expressly. Article 19 is 1a is exercised by the citizens, and freedom of press and liberty of media can be exercised by the citizens. So there is no need to mention specifically. At that time they come to the conclusion. If you read the American Constitution, under the American Constitution you will find the separately mention the freedom of press, right, is expressly guaranteed under the American Constitution. But as per the India is concerned, freedom of press is flowing under article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. Then we will move to the next slide, that is whether press is a citizen. Article 19 clause 1a is available to only citizens. Then question arises whether press is a citizen. It is clear article 19(1) is available only to natural person. It is not available to juristic person, it is not available to corporation, it is available to only citizen. And the editors, manager of the press are the citizens, hence they can enjoy freedom of press under article 19(1)(a). So there is no separate right to the corporation. Juristic person cannot enjoy freedom of all these persons, but only natural person can enjoy freedom of press right, can be enjoyed only by natural person. Then we will move to the next slide. So we will discuss now different aspect of the freedom of press. In previous lecture we have discussed different aspect of the freedom of speech and expression. Now we will discuss different aspect of the freedom of press, whether press freedom and pre-censorship, press freedom and circulation, press freedom and restriction on price and pages, press freedom and levy of taxes. All this right we will discuss one by one. Next, that is, now we will discuss press freedom and pre-censorship. This is a landmark case on pre-censorship, whether government can pre-censorship or not. Imposition of pre-censorship is allowed or not. Brij Bhushan versus State of Delhi is a landmark case on this point. What happened in this case? Chief Commissioner of Delhi issued an orders against the editors, printers, publishers, editors. They cannot publish any news against the Pakistan without submitting for the scrutiny. It means all publisher, editors have to submit the copy for the scrutiny before the government. whether pre-censorship can be imposed by the governments. This question arises in this case, and Supreme Court held that imposing pre-censorship is not allowed. It violates the freedom of press, and it is on freedom of press is important in democratic country. So Supreme Court struck down the order of the government in this case. Then we will move to the next slide, that is press freedom and pre-stoppage of publication. On this point, R. Rajgopal versus State of Tamil Nadu. This is a landmark case. This case is also known as a Atto Shankar case. What happened in this case? Government interfere in publication. Whether government can stop the publication. Okay. The Tamil Weekly magazine want to publish the autobiography of the condemned prisoners, but government issues orders and stop the publication. The magazine publisher of the magazine approached to the Supreme Court and challenged the order of the government. In this case, what happened? Atto Shankar, who is a condemned prisoner, who has written about corruption, who has helped him to, who are involved in the corruption, who are number of public officer was involved, how they helped in corruption, all was written in the autobiography. Hence the government, on the ground of defamation, stopped the publication. Whether government can do, the Supreme Court held that pre-stoppage of publication is not allowed. In this case, it is violating the freedom of press, freedom of the magazines. It is violating. So या केस मध्ये काय झालं? राजगोपाल वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ तामिळनाडू या केस, ही केस ऑटो शेंकर केस म्हणून ओळखली जाते. या केसमध्ये या शेंकर हा कंडेम प्रिझनरने त्याच्या ऑटोबायोग्राफीमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या कोणी त्याला मदत केली करप्शन करताना, सर्वांची इन्फॉर्मेशन त्याच्यात दिली होती, कोणी कशी मदत केली, कुठल्या ऑफिसरनी, पब्लिक ऑफिसरनी मदत केली त्या करप्शनमध्ये, हे सर्व. आणि ही माहिती गव्हर्नमेंटला समजल्यानंतर, ही ऑटोबायोग्राफी पब्लिश होणार आहे आणि ही माहिती गव्हर्नमेंटला समजल्यानंतर गव्हर्नमेंटने ऑर्डर इश्यू केली आणि रिस्ट्रेन केलं पब्लिशर ऑफ द वीकली मॅगझिनला फ्रॉम पब्लिकेशन. त्यांना प्रिव्हेंट करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला, फ्रॉम स्टॉप करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला आणि ते पब्लिशर सुप्रीम कोर्टात गेला. वेदर गव्हर्नमेंट कॅन डू, द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हेल्ड दॅट गव्हर्नमेंट हॅज नो राईट. It is violating this kind of stoppage of publication, interfere in the publication is violating the freedom of press. या केसमध्ये कोर्ट come to the conclusion. Then we will move to the next slide deals with the jail authority, with whether jail authority can prevent the journalist from interviewing condemned prisoners. This is one of the case. In this case, Supreme Court has held that jail authority cannot refuse or cannot deny to take interview of the condemned prisoners orally or videograph. So journalists can take the interview of the prisoners. This is one of the case dealing with the right of the media. Then we will move to the next slide. Next slide deals with the press freedom and circulations. What do you mean by press freedom? Press freedom means freely propagate and communicate or circulate one's opinions. So government has ban upon the intrigue and circulation, whether it is the order passed by the government is valid or not. In Ramesh Thapar versus State of Madras, Supreme Court held that banning on circulation is a violating the freedom of press, and hence the Supreme Court struck down the order of the government in this case. Then we will move to the next slide. Next slide deals with the freedom of press and restriction on price and pages. Restriction on price and page, whether it is violate freedom of press or not. Sakar Paper Private Limited versus Union of India. In this case, whether government can restrict the price of the paper newspapers, whether government can uh, fix the size of the paper. This question was arise. The government, central government, under the Newspaper Act 1955 has issued the orders on that. The order was dealing with the restriction on the price and pages. The petitioner challenged the case, challenged the orders, and Supreme Court held that if any action of the government adversely affect the circulation of the publication, particularly by imposing restriction on size and price of the publication, it will amount to the infringement of right to speech. So, any action of the government which is affecting the circulation of the publication, it will amount to the violation of the freedom of press. So, restricting the price and pages of the newspaper while the freedom of press is held in Sakar Paper versus Union of India. This is one of the landmarks. Then we will move to the next slide, that is deals with the press freedom and levy of taxes. So, whether print media enjoy the difference, whether they are exempted from the tax, this question come before the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court held in one of the landmark case, citizen and media are on equal footing on this, on the point of taxation. On this point, media is not enjoying the special privileges. If citizen has to pay the tax, then the press and media has to pay the tax. But Supreme Court held that reasonable taxes should be imposed. What held in Supreme Court? Custom tariffs, other taxes cannot be imposed. Reasonable taxes can be imposed. Supreme Court to come to the conclusion. Commercial advertisement. So, whether we are discussing now a different aspect of the freedom of speech and expression, commercial advertisement, whether part of the freedom of speech and expression or not. In first case, Supreme Court in Hamdard Dawakana versus Union of India. In first case, Supreme Court held that commercial advertisement, even though speech, but does not cover under Article 19 Clause 1. Hamdard Dawakana versus Union of India. In that case, Supreme Court held that commercial advertisement is not a part of the freedom of speech and expression, does not. But Supreme Court in subsequent case, that is Tata Press Limited versus Mahanagar Telephone Nigam. In this case, Supreme Court held that commercial advertisement is a part of the freedom of speech and expression, and protection under Article 19(1)(a) is available to commercial advertisement. This is a new approach is adopted in Tata Press Limited versus Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited. Again, commercial advertisement can be regulated, misleading advertisement, false advertisement. So, advertisement can be regulated. That is a different part. Under the different law, they can be regulated. But whether commercial advertisement is a part of the freedom of speech and expression, it is a part of the freedom of speech and expression. Then we will move to the next slide. Next part we will discuss, that is a reporting court proceeding. It is a settled principle. Press enjoy more freedom than individuals, than citizen press. So, media can report court proceeding. It is duty of the media to report the court proceedings. Fair proceedings must be published by. So reporting of court proceeding is a part of the freedom of speech and expression. uh, it is a responsibility of the media to report the matters. Open justice system is there. Certain cases are trial in camera, certain cases are open trial system is there. The media can report those cases which are open trials. Media cannot report the sensitive cases. We will look in next case, that is Naresh Sridhar Miraskar versus State of Maharashtra. In this case, what happened? Supreme Court held that court may restrict the publicity of the proceeding. It means media has the power to publish the proceeding of the courts, but Supreme Court held that this right can be restricted. This right is not absolute right of the media. To publish the court proceeding is not absolute right. Certain cases are trial in camera, certain cases are sensitive, and that cannot be reported. Identity of the witness, identity of the parties cannot be published. So media has a right to publish, give the information to the public, report the court proceeding. That is, media has a right under Article 19 clause 1. Then we will then we discuss right to publish legislative proceeding. So right to publish legislative proceeding is one of the right of the media. Media can report legislative proceeding. The discussion and debates held in the parliaments and the legislative assembly is related to the public importance, and it is a duty of the media to report the legislative proceeding. So this right is enjoyed by the media under Article 19 clause 1. Again, this right is not absolute. This right can be regulated by the parliament. This right is subject to the Article 105 and 194, that is dealing with the immunities and privileges guaranteed to the member of the parliament, member of the state legislative assemblies. They are enjoying certain immunities, they are enjoying the certain privileges. So right to publish legislative proceeding is subject to these two articles. Then we will move to the next. Then we will discuss telecasting and broadcasting rights. Whether freedom of speech and expression guaranteed under Article 19 clause 1a includes telecasting or broadcasting rights. Life Insurance Corporation of India versus Manubhai D. Shah. In this case, what happened? The Doordarshan refused to telecast the documentary film. The documentary film was Bhopal gas disaster, Beyond the Genocide. This movie was denied by the Doordarshan to telecast on the ground that it is outdated content. Whether Doordarshan can deny, the Supreme Court held that the maker of the film has a right to telecast film on Doordarshan. Doordarshan is a government body and has a right to telecast. Doordarshan can refuse to telecast only on the ground mentioned under Article 19 clause 2, no other grounds. So Doordarshan want to reject to telecast, then only on the ground mentioned under Article 19 clause 2, on that ground only Doordarshan can refuse. Otherwise, telecasting and broadcasting is a fundamental rights under Article 19 clause 1. It is a part of freedom of speech and expression. So restriction can be imposed on telecasting and broadcasting only on the basis of Article 19 clause 2. Friend, remaining point we will discuss in subsequent lecture. Thank you.